Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on our dart project again. Got it out here on the lift still. We started a couple weeks ago working on our brakes. Of course, this pesky thing we got called a job has kept us away from that. So we're back today. We're going to be trying to get the brakes put on, get all our wheel cylinders on and redone. Don't know about the shoes yet. I haven't took them off. I haven't ordered those yet. So this thing right here is pretty solid, rusted on right around here. I've sprayed it with penetrating and beat it with a hammer. It's not wanting to work out for me. So when push comes to shove, we go get our friend Mr. Blue Wrench here. We'll get her right off. Get started on this project this morning. This thing heated up most of the time. When you get them heated, they're gonna pop right off. I probably should have got some lug studs while I had everything ready, but once we get the rust busted off of here, get her good and hot, get her off, it won't be so bad to get off the next time. Hopefully. don't think she's moved a piece yet. She's going getting her hot. I hope we get her moved off in a minute. I heard her turn loose just a second ago. I heard it. Hoping it would come on off. It moved a little bit. She's loose now. I don't know, I think we may have to get in there and loosen our screws off on the back. The drums are turning, but it looks like they may be in a groove or something there on the bottom. While we got the torch lit, we're gonna run to the other side and see if we can get it back loose, and we'll come over here and let that cool down for a minute, and we'll come over here and then see if we can let that adjustment off a little bit. Maybe see if we can get that thing to come loose. I think the main objective with the blue winch, we got it broke loose from the axle anyways. Do believe that one's about ready to come off. I think we're going to have to let the shoes in on both sides. We'd let them back some, but apparently not nearly enough. There's probably a groove on the inside of this drum. We're going to have to let that thing cool off just a little bit before we can fool with it too awful much. Should be back here on the back, on the bottom side. There's a little cog in there where you can adjust your brakes. I'll have to get in there. We have been letting it off a little bit, but we're gonna have to let it off a little more. Our front brakes should not be near as much of an issue. Just gonna be more of a different set of tools. One of the other cars right there. See it in the video. It's a 67 Ranchero. Gonna be doing some more work to get. I put some new springs on the front of it, yes, a week or two ago, but back needs some new springs too. It's kind of looking like a gasser sitting there right now. It looked like one of them squatty trucks. It looked like they're dragging their butt on the ground all the time. Definitely not my style. The old gasser looks pretty good, but those squatty trucks, not really my style. We're missing some pieces. There's supposed to be a cage here and a Carter key. That's odd. When I took this thing apart and put the new master cylinder on it, looked like somebody had been into it for too long. I may look in here and find nearly new brakes. Yeah. There you go. That's the rest of it. See, there's your little cage that goes on your nut that allows you to line up with the spot for your Carter key. Alright, let me go get some pliers. Try to get all this done this morning. Talking about rain running in here. And as you can see, my lift's out here under a little shelter, which is great. It keeps most of the water off, but it still sucks working in the rain. I have to do that enough at work. Of course, when we put these bearings and all back on, we're going to repack these bearings when we do all the rest of this. Yeah, the purpose of that Carter key and that cage is to keep this nut from bogging off. I'll have to find another one to put on the other side. Can't have that being missing. Asking for trouble. Make sure when you take these things out, guys, this front bearing is going to come out. You do not want to get dirt and grease in there, or dirt and stuff in there. If it does, if you have to clean, you could clean it, but it's a pain in the neck. My suggestion is at that point, just buy another bearing. And there you go. Drum looks like it's in pretty good shape. Shoes are in pretty good shape for what we're doing right now. Now, my suggestion with these kind of stuff is never take both sides off at once. We'll go over there and take the other hub off. But you see the way these springs is? It's very easy when you're taking this thing apart and putting a wheel cylinder in. If something comes off, you're like, okay, how did this happen? So as long as you leave the other side completely on, you can walk right over there, look at it, and say, okay, this is what I got to do to put it all back together. Do one side at a time. A lot better off. Also, we don't know how old these brakes are. I don't know how long it's been on there. These could very well be asbestos brakes. So never, ever, in my experience, blow this off with an air hose. It's brake dust, it's brake fluid, it washes away very easily. Get you a water hose, get you, if you're inside, get you a catch pan under there, wash them down, get all that dust off. I'm not disturbing that part yet, but that's what we're going to do that before we get fooling with it anymore. We're just going to do the same on this side right here. Except we don't have our wire cage missing. Don't have our wire cage sticking deep. I'll take all this inside so that the rain doesn't bother it. Take it in there and set it in the floor until we get ready. Get all our new wheel cylinders put on, our new lines. Oh, this one's going to be a bit of a booger. It's got stuff. We're going to have to let it off too. Yeah, she's holding. All right. Why would I expect anything less? Go get our brick spoon. We'll be right back. All right, so see if I can get y'all in there. We gotta take these two little rubber plugs out. These things are pretty hard, so we're gonna try to be careful with them. Oh, they're breaking. I figured they might. Let's see here. Must be on this side. You can just kind of reach up in there and feel that little, catching that little gear. Now, as these have got a self-locker in there, you have to kind of pull against that because it sits there. These are self-adjusting brakes, and how they work is when you back up and hit the brakes, they adjust, and then they have a little, you back up, push your brakes, this thing piece right here, the little star piece we're trying to get out, it spins out a little bit, and this holds pressure on it, so they stay tight throughout. But when you're trying to back them off in here, you feel that thing trying to fight you to keep pressure. And we'll see if we do like I always do. I always adjust them the wrong way to start with. Yep, I've locked this one down. It's always way easier to go the way of the brake. Let's see. I need to go up. Yeah, we got her enough in. I think she's gonna come off. There she goes. Whew. And again, it looks like we got some good life left in our shoes, and our adjuster has come loose. It's supposed to hang somewhere on here, probably right there. I don't know, we'll have to consult our other side to find out. All right, we got our drums off our front. You see what we're working on. This old car, we're not going to be racing this thing or anything. 4-wheel drums, manual brakes will probably be all I ever need with this one. So, almost people like to put disc in it all the way around, which is fine. It's not necessary for this project to me. But this thing is still warm in the center. Alright, it's going to be the same deal. We got to go to our little holes here in the back. It's the same deal as the last time. We got to go in here and we're going to back this thing off a little piece. And as we do that, hope to get this thing where we can get it off. Oh, that's not good. Feels like the adjustment is froze. Of course it would be. Why would it not be? She's loose from the axle. It's just hung up somewhere on the pad or on the shoes. Not pads. It's not disc brakes. We probably have this off already. Why does it take so long to work on old cars, they say? Because nothing ever goes right. We're gonna have to put some penetrating oil up in that thing and see if we can get that adjustment right loose. Here we go, try our other side and see. Now you see why not everybody fools with old junk. It's not quite as easy as you see on TV most of the time. This one had moved, I thought. Probably the same difference. I believe this one is froze too. Of course it is. Well, shit. Well, let's soak these things a little bit. And we got some other projects we can test. Say it's soaked for a little bit. Let's see if maybe we don't normally want to get anything petroleum based like this on your brake parts. It'll wash off the shoes. You don't want to get it on this part. We're going to replace all that anyway, so it doesn't really matter. All right. I think that we're gonna do this other side first, since part of it's all off, and we're gonna need this to put it back. Get your brake plier, your brake tool here. This one's on first. Or are they crisscrossed? I think we need to wash this thing down to start with. to let it sit here and turn the air torches off. I don't think I'll need those anymore. We're going to put those up real quick, get them out of the way. Then we'll get the water hose and wash all this stuff down. Try to keep most of that water off our spindle, but we'll take and dry it off real quick in a minute. It'll be so slick out here on this concrete in a few minutes I won't be able to walk. Y'all might get a extra funny out of this video. Big country guy busts his butt. That's what we'll name it. And there we go, if we do have any asbestos in that. Not airborne anymore. I don't know, these brads are probably newer than that, because I dare say, looking at these things, they've been somebody into them before, probably before it got set in the junkyard. The story I got when I bought it is the current owner had got it from an employee that was working on it. The employee had gotten sick, cancer or some other such disease, I don't remember exactly, and he got need money, as you sometimes do, and this guy bought it from him. And then later on he passed away. The guy ended up with the car, and he didn't really want the car, and it sat there in that junkyard until I come along. Somehow or another these have got crossed up here. The thing about driving and fooling with old cars, you always keep a pair of pliers in your pocket. You never know, it might get you home. Everything's gonna fall out. Let's hit the ground, boys. That's all we don't need you to stay. Let's see. Supposed to be able to put this thing in one of these rivet holes. There it is. Come loose. There we go. Alright, then you got your little tool to take these loose. This tool right here is probably older than I am. My granddaddy was a mechanic for Ford Motor Company back in the 60s. Most of these tools that I'm still using up here, anyways, I have my own at my house, but I don't have a lift at my house. Most of these tools are left over from when he was a mechanic years and years and years ago. Alright. Go get us a bucket to put all this stuff in. Our shoes out of our way. They just got a little bit of wear left on them. They'll last a long time just driving around like I'm trying to do. Like I said, at the moment we're not trying to get this thing exactly roadworthy. We're just going to get it driving around worthy. Where we play around. That's stuck. Of course it is. Alrighty, so looks like I have 2 bolts right there. If we really wanted to, we could take these 4 bolts out and take this whole pin off, and we may end up doing that, but we're going to try just to take the wheel cylinder out without doing all that. But we've got from our friends at Summit Racing Equipment here all kind of goodies we ordered for this car. Now, Summit, they're not sponsoring this video or anything like that. I do buy a lot of parts from them. And, you know, you think a lot of it's performance stuff, but it's not necessarily always that way. They carry a lot of stock parts, and they're normally, if anybody that's ever fooled with any old cars much will tell you that it doesn't take long to spend $100. It's like owning a Harley Davidson. HD stands for $100. And if you spend over $100, it's all free shipping. So we've got us a new, this is going to be our throttle cable. I remember, if y'all remember in our last video, we looked and found the pedal with the broke cable in the car. So we got us a new cable from Summit. 2 new front brake lines. I'll do these 2 shorter ones. 1 rear brake line, and then all 4 wheel cylinders. And then of course this, if y'all remember in our last video, we were trying to crank it with a screwdriver. After doing a little further checking, I decided that the relay was our problem. So Summit had one in stock. I ordered all this, and they had it shipped to me the next day. Didn't cost me a bit extra. Of course, we're in Northeast Georgia, and they've got a distribution center up there in Madonna and out towards Atlanta. Really handy to have. Alright, so let's see. Judging by our part numbers here, these 2 will be our rear. This is going to be our front left and front right. We'll have to figure out which one's which as we go. Alright, let's go out here and get our line wrench, take those lines loose, and go get back working with his brakes. this thing in here where y'all can see this. There's our hard line coming in. Now we have been religiously by here 2 or 3 times. We right here. I come up here pretty often checking on my grandparents if I'm not fooling around with some of my stuff. And we've been checking on these, spraying these lines pretty regular. Make sure that, see if we can get them loosened up a little bit, so maybe they'll come loose without breaking off. That's the plan. Let's see. Oh, well, that one moved. A lot of times you have to be real careful with these brake lines. They'll move, but if you're not real careful and watching, they'll move with the line still attached. And then when they do that, they'll twist the line off. You think you're loosening it off, no, you're just running the line. And that can be aggravating, because then you have to, if you can't find pre-bent ones from a restoration company, you have to bend your own. And I don't care how careful you are, you're never going to build it right. This is also something I carry in my pocket every day. Even though, and every vehicle I own has a screwdriver in the glove box. You'd be surprised, a pair of pliers, a screwdriver, and a little wrench, you can usually get home with an old car. Well, we got our line loose. That's an improvement. We may have to have a better set of pliers than this. Yes. Take the little keeper out. If we can get it out, we may have to get another set of pliers. This little set right here may not cut it. Come on, you stubborn old cuss. Come over there. Let's see. You know, they always told you in shop class, never use a tool that's not intended for what it's not intended for. And unfortunately, I probably didn't learn any better from that than I did the rest of my classes. Aggravating darn cuts. Come loose from there. I didn't figure this would be the part that was bad to get off. Almighty. Well, I guess we're gonna have to walk back in the shop and get more tools. Damn. What size is this? Maybe a half. That's gonna be a booger bear to get off. I'm probably gonna have to take this dang plate off, much as I hate to. I should really bring the toolbox out here. Would probably make my life so much easier. But we don't want to do anything that's easier. Apparently I like to punish myself. There we go. Alright, so after looking at these, I don't know if y'all can see it here. The bolts that hold these in are really, really close right here. It's hard to get a picture of it on here, but they're really close to the spindle. I don't, as rusty as those things look, I don't honestly think they're going to have much of a chance of getting off without rounding those bolts off. So what we're going to do, I'll take these 4 bolts out right here, take this whole plate off, and since we're going to have it off, I guess we'll clean it up and paint it too. Might as well, right? Going to this link. Let's see, did I bring the right wrenches? Survey says why? Of course not. Let's see what size we're working with here. 11/16 on the tops. 3/4 on the bottom. I got what I need to take the bottom 2 out here with me. I'll just have to go get 11/16 wrench. Oh, let's see if the old battery impact to get these out without having to drag the air hose out here. We've got an air hose out here, but it's in need of repair. It moved it a little bit. That's not good. We're gonna have to get us some air back out here to get these things off. May not have been near as bad to get to as I was afraid it was going to be. That one come right off. Stay right there until I'm ready for you. Why can't you do like your buddy, Mr. Boat? There you go. Just need to see what the other one did. Just a common man, working hard with his hands. That's, of course, it'll be a 5/8. Just thought it was 11/16. We get this thing loose right here, we may just build it with the shoes and everything back on it. Once we get it painted on the workbench, we'll just bolt it all back in there. Would probably be our easiest bet. These back here, I don't know where they're at. May spray the spindle over here too. Little razzle dazzle with the pressure washer, get some of this grease off. I don't know. Probably not. That seems wholly unnecessary for what we're doing right now. You never know. All right. So, yeah, it looks like all except for this one bolt right here. The rest of these will come out easy. We may just take these backing plates, take this one spring off, take the whole backing plate off, rather than take all this off and do it on there, and then we can paint both of them. Of course, we'll leave this in the hole, paint that one, get it back together, and then take this one apart, and we'll bolt them all back on there. So, it's starting to rain out here. That's probably going to be in our next video. Just, if you're interested in what we're doing here, like, subscribe. I'm going to be trying to get those drums off for the next video, and then we can go through that on the next video, and we'll get these all painted up, shined up, put back on there, and then we'll bolt them all back on and have it all ready for the next video. We'll bleed the brakes and probably go in here and put this starter solenoid on, or relay. See if we get this thing to crank with a key. Get the throttle cable put on there so we can control the accelerator. And we may get to the next video or two, next week or so, may get to take our first ride in this thing. Of course, we're definitely going to need a bath here. You know, barnacles growing all over this thing. We've just been sitting under an old oak tree in the house. But like and subscribe, guys, if you like what we're doing here, and we'll see you back for the next one.